So after we have pinned and ironed our fabric, it is now time to start sewing. So before I actually start sewing, I want to make sure that I'm all set up and ready to go. I'm going to make sure I have a pin magnet sitting next to me, so I have somewhere to put my pins as I pull them out of the fabric. And I'm also going to mark my seam allowance with some masking tape. So you don't have to do this. This is just something that helps me out, and I think it might help you out too. So I'm going to adjust the camera here a little bit so you can see a little bit more up close. I'm going to take my blue masking tape and I'm going to tape it right up next to the presser foot. So my presser foot is down and the tape is going to line up right at the end of the presser foot. So the presser foot on the right side ends here and the tape is right up next to it. So that's a 1/4 inch seam allowance. This is not the exact same machine as the ones we have at school, but it's the same seam allowance. It's the same idea. So I'm going to start by putting the edge of my fabric up next to my blue masking tape. So as I'm sewing, I want to make sure that I continue to line up the edge of my fabric with the edge of my blue masking tape. That's how you make sure that your seam is going to be straight. So I'm going to take out this first pin, put it on my magnet. I've got my machine threaded and ready to go, black thread, so matching thread. And I'm going to place the presser foot down, and again, making sure that the edge of my fabric has been lined up with the blue masking tape. You always want to start with your needle in the fabric, so I'm going to turn the hand wheel. Make sure you turn it towards you. You're going to put the needle into your fabric, and now you're going to start sewing. So I'm just going to slowly push. So after you've gone in about an inch or so, now you need to backstitch. So I'm going to push my reverse button and backstitch all the way back to the edge, and then I'm going to keep going forward. So I'm just going to keep going straight, keeping the edge of my fabric lined up with the edge of the blue masking tape. I'm going to take the pins out as I go. You do not want to sew over a pin. So slowly keep going down. And I just stop a little bit whenever I get close to a pin so I can take it out. Again, I'm watching that the edge of my fabric lines up with the blue masking tape. And I'm just going to sew all the way down. Again, you don't want to push or pull your fabric, you just kind of want to guide it and let the sewing machine do its job. So now I'm at the end where I folded my fabric over. So you want to be careful as you do this, make sure you don't unfold the fabric. And you're going to backstitch at this end as well. So when you get to the edge, you're going to hold down the reverse button, and you're going to go back forwards, and you're just going to keep letting your machine go. Now I'm finished sewing. I'm going to pull out the threads and clip it off.